This week's Four Questions Journalist Spotlight is brought to you by Leff's Atlanta Media, Atlanta's best journalist database. Subscribe at leffsatlantamedia.com.
Welcome to the next edition of our Four Questions Journalist Spotlight. We are talking today with Tracie Morse, who's the owner and publisher of North Atlanta Fitlife magazine. Good morning, Tracie.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
No, thanks for being here. Taking a few minutes. So tell me first, what is North Atlanta Fitlife? What's the focus of the magazine, and what are people going to see when they check it out?
Thank you for asking and for having me. North Atlanta Fitlife is my baby. This is something that came across my desk, and I thought this is something I have to do. It encompasses all that feel good about and things that are important to me and things that I'm good at throughout my life. So I love this magazine. It's a lifestyle, health, and fitness magazine that is published bi-monthly and distributed with a Pick It Up on Purpose distribution to over 350 locations in Milton, Alpharetta, Johns Creek, Swanee, Peachtree Corners.
So Pick It Up on Purpose. I haven't heard that phrase before. Is that is that kind of counter to the people who get magazines in their mailbox that they didn't ask for and just throw it away?
Well, maybe it's I love it because this is the size. Okay, so when I give this to someone or someone picks it up, I'll be in a meeting and someone will just start looking at it, and I just stop talking because it's just the perfect size. You can leave it in your car. You can put it in your purse. You see something you want to go back to. It's not intimidating. So, and people that are interested in improving their lifestyle in any way, lifestyle, fitness, health, what goes in, what's on the outside, what's in your environment, all of that is what we want to connect people to do. So that is our mission, to connect, encourage, and inspire the community.
And I think I saw it's not just physical health, but it's a little bit some mental health kind of coverage as well. Is that correct? All
of the above. Anything that can affect someone's well-being in their health and in their life and their fitness. Everybody has a journey, right? So you have your own issues that are part of your journey, but then you have your loved ones and your friends. So I have my own things, but my mother also was a breast cancer survivor. She had Alzheimer's. One of my best friends had stage 4 colon cancer and is a survivor of that. So all of those things that are important to you become a part of your journey. And so we want to connect businesses, individuals, practices, events, activities, and content with people in our community so that it encourages and inspires them to take the next step on their journey to a healthy, better, fit life.
So walk me through what are the different sections that are in the magazine when you open it up? What do people see as they kind of leaf through it?
So we love our content. So we have a collaboration with the University of Georgia Gwinnett Extension Office for healthy, easy recipes. So you can use fresh ingredients either from your garden or from the grocery store, and those recipes are in there. We work with Deborah Mazer, who is a plant-based chef, and so she has some smoothies in this issue, but we're working with her now for that. We also have a best places to work out that is published every issue, so you should definitely be on that if you're a gym. And then we have our covers. If we have a company on the cover, then they have a 2-page article inside as well. So this one is all about the semaglutide craze going on. Elite Metabolic Centers is on the front. So it's all about them on the inside. And then just kind of goes from there. We're looking at doing some more local updates. The hugest thing is the Fit Events calendar. So this is really a hub for any runs, community events, trail runs, free fitness classes that are happening in the North Atlanta area. This is where you want to go to find all that.
Okay. And I know we've talked a little bit about the Fit Life Expo, but let's get into a little more detail about what that expo is all about.
I would love to. So, part of what we do, we fulfill our mission in four ways. We have the print, we have our digital issue, social media. We're on Facebook and Instagram at North Atlanta Fitlife, and then through community events. And this is a huge reason why we publish bi-monthly, because we like to be out and about in the community. So we have sponsored the half marathon at Avalon, the Liver Life Walk down at Piedmont, the Light at the Corners run. And one of the big ways that we get to fulfill our mission in all in one day is at the Fitlife Expo. We host that. Coming up this year is our fourth annual. So we started looking at this before COVID. Was that I was like, I want to do an expo. It'd be so great. And COVID hit, and I was at a hotel kind of looking around, and we were like, I think we could schedule this for October. You think it'll be over by then? So
that was
say,
October of 2020.
2020, yeah. We're like,
yeah, it was
done by then.
It was gonna be just a week or two, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep the kids home for a week or two, and then we'll be back, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we actually had the first one in 21 in September, and so this October the 6th is the fourth annual Fitlife Expo, wherein it's at Alpharetta City Center from 12 to 5. We've had Coca-Cola Bottling and Body Armor as our presenting sponsors the last 3 years. They've been amazing. We have pop-up fitness classes on the green. We have a blood drive and a food drive. So we really like to impact the community in a good way. That way, we donated 42 crates of food to North Fulton Community Charities last year. So that was huge. We have interactive booths and kids games and a Jumbotron. Like, it's a really, really fun day in our community. And the DJ does a great job too.
So October 6th, is that a weekend, I guess?
It is. So the Alpharetta Farmers Market is on Saturday. And so our event is on Sunday, October the 6th.
All right. I'm writing that down on my little notepad here. Okay.
You should definitely come. It's a fun day.
So what got you into this? You've been doing the magazines 5 years old, 6 years old now? Okay.
We just had our 5th birthday in November, so we're so excited about that. I have been in sales my whole career. I started in hotel sales. I had another entrepreneurial venture in my 20s, was more of an international kind of thing. And then pharmaceutical sales domestically, and then I had children and kind of kept my foot in the water with different contract things. But it got to the point where I didn't feel like my ideas were valued and my energy. So when the title Fitlife came across my desk, I thought, oh, this is great, because I've always been active, but I'm not an expert at anything, but I really want to connect people so that it can help them. And so that's kind of where the mission came from. And so, yeah, it's crazy because you start something with nothing to sell and no one to buy it. So you have this piece of air and you go, okay, this is going to be great if you just want to buy a half a page ad in it,
Well, but 5 years is, I mean, that's amazing for a magazine. That's kind of, you've gotten past the, are we going to make this point, right? Especially with going through the pandemic and all of that the last couple of years. So it's only, I would think it's only on the upswing from here, right?
Yes, we're excited. We have a lot of things going on. With the pandemic, we were, as a pick it up on purpose distribution, we were in a lot of doctors' offices and orthodontists and dentists, kind of a waiting room experience. And that went away with COVID because there was no waiting room experience at all.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I can see that.
Yeah. So when we came back in July, we decided to go where the people are. And so our distribution includes not only, gyms and chiropractors and some doctors and dentists and things like that, but also at the mixed use developments. And there we go in all the welcome packets at the apartment complexes, some grocery stores, just really kind of all over Avalon and Alpharetta City Center and Halcyon. And so really diversified where we put the magazine so that it can get in as many hands as we can.
And it looks like so you've got a kind of a combination of kind of partnerships with certain organizations, and then kind of traditional editorial. If someone wants to be a part of the magazine, what's the best way to kind of reach you, get in touch with you, pitch you an idea, that kind of thing?
Love it. We're open to everything. So I have my telephone number, 770-299-9683. You can reach me by email at info@NorthAtlantaFitlife.com, and check out our website, NorthAtlantaFitlife.com, and Facebook and Instagram at North Atlanta Fitlife.
Great. And I'll kind of put that in all the kind of the notes and all that.
Okay.
What are there certain topics that you are looking at over the next 6 or 8 months that you want to cover? And I ask that because some of our listeners may hear that and say, "Oh, I have the perfect thing for that issue that Tracie's thinking about."
We are looking at doing some series. Would like to do more of sort of a skincare series, or there's so much out there right now to do for your skin. And I love how it's not just filler and freezing. You know, there's so many procedures out there to keep you looking natural and not stuck and frozen. So I'd like to really kind of bring some light to that. There are some other things like AI. Would love to really kind of delve into that and see how that's going to affect us from a health and fitness standpoint. There's a lot going on in the healthcare arena with AI, but it's everywhere. So I would love to bring some light to that. And then just some general things that are going on in our community. So looking at following the medley coming in Johns Creek, and some things like that. So yeah, and also open to ideas. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So now we get into I call this the lightning round. So and this next question is sometimes the most challenging question for folks is, what's something cool or fun about Tracie that folks might not know about or might be interested in?
Oh, I know. That's so
it's a hard one. It could be a hobby or something you collect, or a certain talent. Maybe you play the harmonica or like to do ballet. Yep.
I tell you what, I don't have a ton of time for hobbies. I do enjoy getting to work out when I can. That's a huge thing. You know, I love to dance. So anytime I get a chance to at somebody's house, we great girlfriends, and so we have a great time letting loose a little bit like that. Travel, love to go. The beach is my favorite place. Love the Florida Panhandle. That white sugar sand is my favorite. But international travel, just any kind of travel, love that. But I'm a mom of 3 boys, and they have been my life and my purpose for so long. I've got one that's 21 at LSU and one that's 19 at GCSU and a junior in high school. So they are still my world. And yeah, so that may not be very exciting, but
yeah, that's okay.
What I do.
You got a couple more years before you get to that. That empty nest phase. Exactly. Okay, so this next couple don't have to be long answers, but what's the last book you've read or the last podcast you listened to?
The last book I read, actually 2. One is Henderson House, which is just a historical fiction by Caren McVicker. Just a lovely, read it at the beach, just a lovely getaway, not stressful. I don't love that. When I go away, I just want to relax. So that was just a really great read. She is writing a sequel right now. And then of course I keep referring back to The Go-Giver. Gotta love that one.
Is that the name of the book, The Go-Giver?
The Go-Giver. Okay. Yes.
All right. Favorite local. Oh, there you go. Here you go. I love audio visual assistants. That's great. I'm gonna mix in. I'm gonna take like the flip book that you have of this current issue and kind of do a voiceover with that. So as we're talking about the magazine, the viewers will see the magazine pages kind of flipping across. So you kind of describing it that way. All right. So What's your favorite restaurant? Favorite local restaurant?
Favorite local restaurant. I would have to go with, really like Rumi's. I gotta say, I've just never had a bad meal there.
Okay.
At Rumi's at Avalon. Just and so hard to get in. I love Lapeer at Alpharetta City Center as well, and 141 in Johns Creek.
Okay. Favorite guilty pleasure?
Wine.
That's a good one. I like that.
A very smooth cab.
All right. Favorite local getaway, and that doesn't have to be like specifically Atlanta. It could be North Georgia or something like that. I mean, I know you talked about beaches of Florida, but is there somewhere in Georgia you like to go?
I love to go up to North Georgia, do a little hiking with some friends, take it maybe a little bit further. I have friends in Highlands, so I like to get up there as well.
Okay. And I think you may maybe answer this, but favorite non-work hobby, and you kind of said you don't have time for non-work hobbies, but I'll ask the question anyway. favorite non-work hobby.
Um, Probably just getting some exercise, whether it's walking the dog. We've got three routes. We can go the short loop, the medium loop, or the big loop. So it depends on the time, but love getting out when it's pretty. So now I'm at the gym more because it's cold and I don't like that. But just being active.
It's Atlanta, so we've got another 6 weeks of maybe cold weather, and then we'll warm up again, right? Yeah, well, actually, the Groundhog Days
Today.
Groundhog Day, and they said it's going to be both of the groundhogs said it was going to be a early spring. So
yay!
So there we go.
News.
So more time for people to look in North Atlanta Fitlife and find places to hike and bike and walk and run. So
absolutely, and community events. There's a ton to do, just a ton, and we love it.
Go to page 12 of the current issue.
13,
page
15.
12 and 13 of the current issue. And I see running, half marathons, trail runs, yoga and fitness, all kinds of things to do. Well, Tracie, thank you so much for taking some time with us today. We've been talking with Tracie Morse with North Atlanta Fitlife, and as always, look for these podcasts every other week. We usually come out on Sunday evenings, although sometimes a little bit earlier if my weekend's not so crazy. And as always, look for our database of Atlanta media if you want to subscribe to that, leffsatlantamedia.com, and our expert service, mitchesmediamatch.com. Look for that. And if you're a subscriber to either of those services, you get our Mitch's Media Musings newsletter, blog every month that has all the greatest news about the Atlanta media community. Tracie, is there anything I forgot that we should talk about?
Thank you so much for having me. And I would say that our message, and I'll sign off with that, is to live well, be intentional, and choose happy.
And that's a great way to end. All right. Thank you, Tracie.
Thanks, Mitch.